Bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Barnes y presidente de esa mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito San Dieguito, not with us today. But his mental performance pod is up and firing. I know he did another episode last night. And also not with us today, Will the Thrill Clark. But as you guys know, we come on here each and every single morning and we properly salute our boys. Yes, 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 yes. Whoo! Remember this, folks. When we are juiceful, we are useful. And when we are juiceless, we are fucking useless. It is as simple as that. A very pleasant good morning to you on the 9th day of May 2024. Our title sponsor is Bet Online. Go to Bet Online for all of the latest news, scores, odds, predictions, and line movements. MLB, NHL, NBA, you name it, they got it. Bet Online, the number one online gambling destination, and we thank them for their support of the Deuces Wild Daily Hustle Show. All right, let's get right into it. Paul Skenes. That's right. The Pirates have decided to call up right-handed pitcher Paul Skenes. The hard-throwing righty is expected to debut on Saturday at PNC Park against the Chicago Cubs. I gotta believe this is the most anticipated debut, maybe even of any player since anybody? Stephen Strasburg. That was the last time I could think about a time where they had so much buzz surrounding this event. And the difference between this and, say, for example, Jackson Holliday getting called up to the big leagues is that a starting pitcher has the ability to impact the game immediately. And there's this thing where, as a hitter, it's sort of hit or miss, right? Hitters and the best hitters succeed about 40% of the time. That's at least the amount of time they would get on base, where you have a pitcher that we're expecting to succeed 80, 90% of the time. So the bottom line is that this dude is fucking electric. His fastball sits at damn near 100 miles per hour. He has a wipeout slider, and this dude is the creme de la creme of pitching prospects. A good story, too, with Skenes. Of course, he's a California kid, but let's get to know Paul Skenes a little bit more. Paul Skenes, he was selected first overall by the Pirates in the 2023 MLB draft. It was less than a year after he's just completely dominated at the Triple-A level. He's one of the guys I really feel like you could have just put him right in the big leagues. Now, the Pirates' excuse for not doing so is that they felt like they needed to build up his pitch count. Well, we will see a polished pitcher in every sense of the word on Saturday against the Cubs. The thing about velocity, and I've tried to explain this to people, there's a reason why when you throw upwards of 95 miles per hour, that the OPS against, batting average against, fucking all of it is way lower than it is when you go any pitch under 95 miles per hour. There's this threshold, and the threshold used to be a little bit lower when I played, whereas now I think it's obviously crept up a little bit. But the bottom line with all of it is that you can get away with mistakes. And that's what should allow Paul Skenes to be successful, because he can leave a ball up and out over the middle of the zone, and it's so explosive that it should ride right through the zone, and the hitters are going to have a tough time hitting it. Yes, as Barry Bonds would tell you, I don't give a shit if you throw 95 plus miles per hour, so long as I'm getting ahead of the count and I'm able to put my barrel to it. You're providing the power. The ball is going to go further. I understand all of that. And that's the hitter's perspective. That's the hitter's approach. That's the mindset that you have to have as a hitter. But the reality of the situation is it's hard to hit. And that's why he has had so much success in the early going. Okay, let's get some fast facts on Paul Skenes. Obviously right-handed pitcher. He's 6'6", 235 pounds. He was born, ready for this, May 29th, 2002. Oh, my goodness. Went to Louisiana State. He was at Air Force before Louisiana State. I love that. Just the fact that he even went to Air Force is a big deal if you ask me. I know it is extremely difficult. I had a good buddy of mine, Mark Colella, end up to go play football at Air Force, and he ended up transferring out. The demands that they have on these college students are next level there. And just even the fact that he went there, I think, speaks highly about his character and who he is as a person. He went to El Toro High School in California. He was born in Fullerton. Obviously, the number one prospect in the Pirates organization. He is listed as the number 3 prospect in all of MLB. His electrifying stuff in the minors features triple-digit heat. That's right. Skenes is the most overpowering pitcher in the minor leagues in 7 starts at AAA in Indianapolis. He has a .99 ERA, 45 strikeouts in 27 and a third innings. He didn't allow his first run until the 5th start of his season. Think about that. There's an element of he's going to be successful simply because hitters can't put the bat on the fucking ball. That's the problem. When you're striking out 45 hitters in 27 innings as a starting pitcher, it's one thing if you're coming in as a relief pitcher and it's just boom, full send for 1 inning. Yeah, that strikeout ratio there might make some sense. But as a starting pitcher, I don't know if it's ever been done before. If you look at those numbers, maybe Nolan Ryan back in the day, that's all I could really think about. Randy Johnson obviously would be another one who would come to mind. Roger Clemens struck out a shit ton of dudes. But this is another level because he throws, I don't want to say just as hard as Nolan. That's tough. A lot of people will tell you that Nolan threw damn near 108. Now, I'm not sure how accurate that is. I did watch the documentary Fastball, which basically said at his peak, that's how hard he was throwing. And now that we've seen like Ellie De La Cruz, for example, throw a ball 108, 109 miles per hour across a diamond, I think Jonathan Hawk, who made that Fastball documentary, did a terrific job with it. I think he's onto some. I think they actually did probably figure that out right. Okay, Skenes is averaging 99.9 on his fastball this season through 7 starts. He's thrown 98 pitches at 100 miles per hour or harder, the most of any pitcher at AAA or in the big leagues. That's right. The A's closer, our guy Mason Miller, has 97, and that's the next closest AAA pitcher is Michael Otañez. He has 32, which is about a third of Skenes' total. And once again, the thing on Miller, and I love Miller, but he's a closer. Closers come in, they blow it out for a very short period of time. We've seen this for a long time, whether it was, I don't know, Billy Wagner, Joel Zumaya. These are guys that sat at or above 100 miles per hour. And the fact that Wagner did, he's 5'10", is fucking incredible. Oh, man. The fastest pitch of the season for Skenes was a 102.1 mile per hour heater on April 18th. He was the best college pitching prospect since Strasburg. The Skenes hype train is at full steam, and it started as he entered the draft. The 21-year-old was so dominant at LSU that draft experts, including MLB Pipeline's own Jim Callis, called him the best pitching prospect since Stephen Strasburg. And Strasburg was, quote unquote, the best college pitching prospect ever. Strasburg's overpowering stuff at San Diego State in his junior year before the draft. He showcased a 100 mile per hour fastball and wipeout curveball while going 13-1 with a 1.32 ERA and 195 strikeouts in 109 innings. It made him the number one overall pick. Remember when there was debate about who was going to go first, Skenes or Dylan Cruz, the shortstop at LSU? And it, in my opinion, wasn't even close. Cruz was good, but I'm not passing up on what could be the best pitching prospect of all time. No fucking way. Cruz is in that Dansby Swanson territory. Good player. Will have a really nice career, but not the electrifying right arm of what Skenes has to offer. I want to get John Gall on here. He's the president of USA Baseball. And Gall's got a great story about Stephen Strasburg playing on that 2008 Olympic team that Gall was on. And it was full of all professional players, mainly guys who had time in the big leagues but weren't currently in the big leagues. But the one kid they had was Stephen Strasburg, the one college kid. And he's just got some great stories about it. And I know Gall was super impressed with Strasburg and knew immediately that he was the next dude. Kind of ironic that Strasburg finally retires this year and obviously dealt with injuries, and the shelf life of these guys, you just don't know. You really don't. When Strasburg was on, though, he was one of the best pitchers ever pitched when he was on. You got to be healthy to be on. Okay, quote for me. Strasburg is the best college pitcher I've ever seen. You know, until I saw Paul do what Paul did this year, LSU head coach Jay Johnson told the Nationals blog time. Okay, he pitched LSU in the College World Series championship. The Tigers won the 2023 College World Series, and they couldn't have done it without Skenes. It was lights out for LSU the entire tournament. He was named the College World Series most outstanding player. In 32 innings, he racked up 42 strikeouts, had a 1.11 ERA. All right. Well, this is where it gets fun. He and Livy Dunn are certainly a power couple. Skenes is dating LSU gymnast and social media star Livy Dunn. Colton's got a crush on her. And she's a big star of the relationship. Of course she is. Dunn, who just won a national championship with the Tigers gymnastics team, has over, ready for this, 13 million combined followers on Instagram and TikTok. And I would say about 10 to 15 of the 13 million happen to be the Let Them Play 12U baseball team. These dudes love her. Livy is one of the most famous athletes in the country, and she's everywhere. She's had partnerships with brands like Viore Clothing, American Eagle, Body Armor, Plant Fuel, Bartleby, and many more. She's also ready for Skenes' first MLB call-up. Dunn told TMZ Sports at a recent event at Raising Cane's, quote, "I hope it happens soon. I'm starting to get all my merch ready. I have my outfits picked out." He and LSU teammate made MLB draft history. I mentioned Dylan Cruz earlier. Skenes was drafted number 1 overall by the Pirates in 2023. Right after him, his teammate outfielder Dylan Cruz went number 2 to the Nationals. The two Tigers made history as the first pair of teammates taken 1 and 2 overall in the MLB draft. I'm surprised about that. And I thought about Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer, but that was actually Cole going number 1 overall and Bauer going number 3, and that was in the 2011 draft. Cruz and Skenes on the same team means that the Tigers are the best position player and pitcher in the country in 2023. No wonder they won the fucking College World Series. Cruz is a 5-tool center fielder. I called him a shortstop earlier. I apologize. He's now ranked MLB's number 6 overall prospect, just behind Skenes. It also says he's got some Shohei Ohtani in him. Before Skenes was the top college pitcher in the nation, he was a top college two-way player in the nation. In 2022 at Air Force, before he transferred to LSU, Skenes won the John Olerud Award as the best two-way player in college baseball. Really? I did not know this. Skenes was the only player in the NCAA Division I to reach double-digit wins as a pitcher and double-digit home runs as a hitter. He went 10-3 with a 2.73 ERA and 96 strikeouts on the mound, and he hit .314 with 13 ding-dong Donkey Kongs at the plate. Skenes didn't hit at all last season at LSU since he was such an elite pitching prospect. But if he had entered the draft as a hitter, he would have graded in the top 3 rounds, potentially even as a first rounder, according to some evaluators. Thanks to a huge all-field power, he showed as a right-handed slugger. Interesting. I mean, let the fucking guy hit, right? We are all looking for the next Ohtani. I don't know about this. I'm not sure how I feel. I mean, I'm excited to watch his debut, but you got 4 days off in between starts. Can we get him a DH, please? It says Ohtani was a huge influence on his career. Now, here's a fun fact. 15-year-old Skenes was in attendance when Ohtani made his Angels Stadium debut on April 8th, 2018. And he saw the two-way superstar take a perfect game in the 7th inning and finish with 7 innings of 1 hit, 12 strikeout baseball. Quote, he's really fun to watch. Skenes told a Colorado Springs newspaper, the Gazette, when he was a two-way player at Air Force, I'm grateful for what Shohei has done. For him to do it at a big league level is given flexibility at lower levels, such as the minors and college. The thing I've learned most is that it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of proactiveness to be a two-way player at the college level. I couldn't even imagine right now what it would be like at the pro level. Yeah, I get it. But I have a team of 12-year-olds that are all two-way players. It's not as outlandish as you think. Sure, Shohei Ohtani is an anomaly, but think all the way back to Babe Ruth and what he was doing. It's not that complicated. Yeah, at one point, you're going to have to make a decision. But when you're able to do both and be successful at both, just keep fucking doing it. I'm kind of disappointed. I really want to see him hit. It says he pitched like the college version of Jacob deGrom. Skenes became a deGrom-like power pitcher at LSU. He blew away hitters with a deGrom-like fastball and slider combination. Skenes' fastball is top of the scale, perfect 80 grade from MLB Pipeline, the 20 to 80 scouting scale. His heater has an all, not just 100-plus mile per hour velocity, but he's got the carry through the zone and the rising fastball that makes it very difficult for hitters to make contact. Last thing here on Skenes, it says his high school produces a ton of MLB superstars. Skenes attended El Toro High School in Lake Forest, California, which has 2 particularly notable alumni, current MLB star third baseman Nolan Arenado and Matt Chapman, who were both teammates on the same baseball team out there. Arenado was drafted by the Rockies straight out of El Toro, where he played shortstop. In the second round of 2009, Chapman wasn't drafted out of high school when he graduated in 2011, but he went from being the third baseman at El Toro to Cal State Fullerton to a first-round draft pick by the A's in 2014. So a lot of Paul Skenes talk here and the early going, and why not They have a whole other article here that could bring up a fun debate. It says Paul Skenes and Olivia Dunn among MLB's most athletic couples. Let's try this again. It says here, Paul Skenes and Olivia Dunn among MLB's most athletic couples. Paul Skenes, a College World Series champion, number one pick of 2023 MLB draft, the game's number 3 prospect, and one of the best pitching prospects in recent memory. On Saturday, he'll make his major league debut for the Pirates. In other words, he's kind of a big deal, and his girlfriend is someone who also knows what it's like to be the center of attention. Olivia Dunn, besides being an extremely popular social media personality, was a member of the LSU women's gymnastics team that won the national championship on April 20th. Skenes and Dunn are MLB's latest athletic, quote, it couple. Their bond follows in the footsteps of these 9 notable relationships between baseball players and other accomplished athletes. Here we go. Shohei Ohtani and Mamiko Tanaka. Ohtani surprised everyone prior to the 24th season when he announced on social media that he's married. Before her identity was known, Ohtani described his spouse as normal Japanese woman, but Tanaka's got some special skills on the hardwood. She played 4 seasons with the Fujitsu's Red Wave of the Women's Japan Basketball League before retiring after the 2023 campaign. In her final season, the 5'11" center averaged 8.9 points and 6 rebounds per game over 28 contests. How about Dansby Swanson and Mallory Pugh? Swanson and Pugh began dating in 2017 after meeting through then teammate and brother-in-law Jace Peterson. Pugh, a member of the U.S. women's national team that won the 2019 FIFA World Cup, was the runner-up for the National Women's Soccer League MVP while playing with the Chicago Red Stars in 2021. The same year, Swanson Braves won the World Series. During the end of 2022, in less than 2 weeks after the couple's wedding, Swanson joined Pugh in the Windy City by inking a 7-year deal with the Cubs. Interesting. I never thought about that being a decision why he went to Chicago. I mean, the Cubs are the Cubs. Who wouldn't want to play for the Cubs? How about Brandon Phillips and Jade Cargill? Is professional wrestling a sport? Maybe not in the purely traditional sense, but it does require outstanding athleticism. Cargill has displayed that she has emerged as one of the biggest female stars in the industry, a 5'10" powerhouse who often overwhelms in the ring opponents with her incredible strength. Cargill has a championship belt in the All Elite Wrestling from January 2022 and May 2023. So Brandon Phillips married a wrestler. I love it. How about this one right here? Matt Trainer and Misty May. Trainer and May had a momentous 2004. They were engaged in March, and about 2 months before Trainer made his MLB debut with the Marlins in August, May and beach volleyball partner Kerry Walsh claimed their first Olympic gold medal. By November, Trainer and May were married. Trainer batted .221 with a .618 OPS in 9 major league seasons, the last of which came in 2012. May retired from beach volleyball that year and was enshrined in the International Volleyball Hall of Fame in 2016. She and Walsh dominated on the beach for more than a decade and dropped only 1 set in Olympic competition on their way to winning 3 consecutive gold medals. How about this one right here? A teammate of mine, Casey Daigle and Jenny Finch. Reaching the majors, no small feat, and Daigle did that when he debuted the D-backs in 2004. He pitched in parts of 3 big league seasons, posted a 7.16 ERA through 33 appearances. Fair to say that his wife's work on the mound, or rather in that circle, is a little more memorable. After the illustrious career, University of Arizona, headlined by NCAA record 51 consecutive winning decisions and a national championship, Finch led Team USA to his 3rd consecutive Olympic gold medal at the 2004 Summer Games. She and Daigle were married the following year. Finch also has a dominant stint in the National Pro Fast Pitch Softball League and added an Olympic silver in 2008. Their kid's name, by the way, Ace. So good. Ace is about Colton's age. So I got to imagine with those athletic genes, he should be just fine if he decides to take the bump. A lot of pressure, though, man. First name's Ace. Who gives a shit? I remember we were talking about naming Colton Dash. And the doctor told Carrie, like, what if he's not fast? She's like, I hope he's fast. He'll be fine. Just fucking name him. We can name him Dash if we want to name him Dash. Got a big talk about that. He runs well. So regardless, though, just cool names. I like Dash. I like Ace. No more Garcia Parra and Mia Hamm. I mean, we could have a vote on this one because right now, you got to believe that Paul Skenes and Olivia Dunn's a power couple. But there needs to be some longevity here. It can't just be a little spring fling that lasts, I don't know, a few months. Garcia Parra and Hamm been together for a long time. Todd Zeal and Julian McNamara. Yeah, I remember this. Zeal, of course, went to UCLA. Zeal and McNamara wed in 1989, which was Zeal's rookie year in a 16-season career that eventually contained more than 2,000 big league hits and 1,100 RBIs. McNamara had already cemented her place in U.S. gymnastics history. By the time she and Zeal tied the knot, she won 3 medals during the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, highlighted by a gold on the uneven bars. Ray Knight and Nancy Lopez. All right, these are getting fucking weirder and weirder. Knight and Lopez first met in 1978 following Knight's 3rd season in the majors and Lopez's fabulous first year on the LPGA tour. How about Don Drysdale and Ann Myers? Drysdale and Myers were married for 7 years before the pitcher passed away in July of 1993. 2 months prior, Myers was inducted into the Namath Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, thereby making Drysdale and Myers the first married couple to be Hall of Famers in their respective sports. Yeah, you can't look past that. I mean, the Nomar one, Nomar and Mia Hamm, it was Mia Hamm at her height. That might get my vote. A true sports power couple for the beginning of the 21st century. I think I'm a little biased, though, because I lived right through that period. Garcia Parra was a 2-time batting champion. Hamm was a soccer icon. And by the time they married in 2003, the next year was one of change for both. Nomar was traded to the Cubs during the 2004 season, marking the end of his stellar 9-year run with the Red Sox. It was also the year Hamm hung up her cleats to conclude a decorated and prolific career. Hamm's accolades include 2 World Cups, 3 Olympic gold medals. She scored 158 goals and compiled a team record 144 assists through 275 international appearances. So this apparently has turned into the Paul Skenes, Olivia Dunn / whatever show. Just so I could end the show along the same lines. I mean, here's another relationship that I'm not sure America needs. But if you remember when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got together, I came on here and we talked about the fact that we needed that relationship. That's a love story. Not only do we need it, we wanted it. It's been a while since I felt the urge to pick up People magazine, and you had the biggest international superstar maybe of all time. I mean, that's how big Taylor Swift is. And Travis Kelce, who was kind of the everyman's man. This wasn't the pretty quarterback. You know, obviously he's a good-looking guy, but this was a rugged tight end, the one who was getting in the trenches. I think that's what made it so appealing. Well, here's another relationship, folks, that I feel like we as citizens and sports fans in this great country that is the United States of America, we need this one. You ready? Johnny Manziel and Josie Canseco. That's right. 2 celebrities with ties to professional sports have confirmed they are dating. Manziel, the former college football standout and NFL player, recently shared photos on his Instagram story verifying his relationship with Josie Canseco. Now, Josie Canseco who is the model and daughter of former MLB player Jose Canseco, shared photos corroborating Manziel's post. The 2012 Heisman Trophy winner posted a black and white picture of himself staring into Canseco's eyes as the pair held each other closely during Morgan Wallen's headlining set at Stagecoach. Canseco's post showed the two latched even more tightly together, with her face close to Manziel's neck. Neither Manziel nor Canseco added a caption to their post. The Instagram stories have since expired, as they do after 24 hours. Rumors of the pair dating have been sparked when Canseco posted a story cozying up with a former Cleveland Browns quarterback on a plane ride. Manziel was previously married to model and Selling Sunset cast member Brianna Tiesi from 2018 and 2021. The former Texas A&M University Aggie star has previously made headlines for several controversial occurrences. Manziel has been arrested multiple times with allegations including assault, fined thousands of dollars by the NFL, suspended and eventually released from the NFL, and admitted to a drug abuse program. He detailed many of his controversies in Netflix's Untold Johnny Football documentary, which premiered in 2023. I would actually watch that. Canseco's dating history includes Brody Jenner and Logan Paul. I mean, she's not schlepping, is she? Her dad, Jose Canseco, was a 17-year MLB veteran whose career has been marred by his use of performance-enhancing drugs. I don't think you need to add that. What the fuck? Jose Canseco was a bad motherfucker. He went 40-40 early in his career before we even know if he was juicing or not. Leave the guy alone. He was a hell of a ball player. Did he juice? Yeah, he fucking juiced. He's admitted he's juiced. Do we need to take some pot shots at the end of this love story? It's a great article. Anyhow. All right, I got to go play pickleball. Back on you tomorrow. Daily Hustle. We'll get more detailed, but I got 6 minutes till first. Whack. Everyone have a fantastic day. See ya.